should. Yeah. Let's just check it. This should work. Yeah, it's working. Yeah. Okay. Please put your hands together.
Hello, Toastmasters and guests. One of the central questions of philosophy in the subfield of epistemology is truth possible? On the face of it, this sounds like a very strange thing to ask, because most of us have certain statements and certain beliefs that we consider to be absolutely true. For example, I think most of us in this room would think that the statement, stealing is a bad thing, is absolutely true. But if you look closely at your beliefs, are they really justified? 2,500 years ago, there was a philosopher in ancient Greece called Agrippa the skeptic, and his argument was that truth is impossible. And Agrippa's argument was in fact very simple. He said that whenever you have a statement or a proposition that you consider to be true, and if you look for the justifications, you are going to inevitably run into one of three problems. So if you have a statement like stealing is a bad thing, and you run into a philosopher, then he might ask you why. And when you say something like stealing is bad because it hurts another person, and then but he can ask again, why? And as that a chain of reasoning goes, you will eventually run into one of three outcomes. In that chain of reasoning, either you will run into a statement that is so fundamental that beyond that no further examination is possible, or that the chain of reasoning will forever continue and you will never come to a satisfying answer, or you will eventually come in that chain of reasoning to a statement which was also an answer to an earlier question, and so then you will be engaging in circular reasoning. Because these are the only three logical possibilities, and all the three of them are not satisfying, truth is impossible. So now many of you might be thinking, why do we need to think about this? Because we seem to go on perfectly in our normal lives without actually examining this. But if you need to truly reevaluate anything, then you will run into the problem of truth. For example, if you move to a new country and you need to reconsider which one of your moral, cultural, or religious values you need to keep and which ones you want to change, you will need to first have an understanding of what truth is for you. And without having this understanding of truth, you will have no basis on which to reevaluate. So, what is the solution to Agrippa's trilemma? Over the last 2,000 years, philosophers have presented many solutions, and now I will present some of them. The first solution is something called coherentism. Coherentism simply means that a set of statements or any statement is true so long as it's consistent with the rest of our beliefs. So it says that our beliefs are not in fact ends of reasoning, but they are a web of beliefs, and so long as they are internally consistent, it's fine. I find this solution to be really not satisfying because the set of beliefs you have can be intrinsically wrong. And so that will not lead you to truth. In fact, if you add any statement to it, then that statement might also be not true. The second solution that philosophers came up with is the idea of infiniteism. This, to me, is so absurd that I will not spend time on it. But the third solution that I think most of us have is something called foundationalism. And foundationalism is the idea that there's a set of statements and that is so fundamental that on the basis of that you could form the rest of your beliefs. The problem with foundationalism is that you don't know where to stop and which beliefs to take it. That's foundational. So, given that all three of these are not satisfactory, let me tell you what my view is. My view is that Agrippa was essentially right, but that is not that bleak, because if you let go of the notion of an absolute truth, then you can be more accepting of other people's truths. Thank you.